Good afternoon, welcome. Please remain standing and singing the volcano. Please be seated. I'd like to thank Mr. Fromm and our students who joined us today to welcome us into the ceremony. Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phil Santamaro. I'm an assistant middle school at Crestwood College. I'll be on stage today. Welcome. Today's the day to focus on our graduates. It's your day. Having you come up on stage, grab your diploma, pose, and take a picture, right, by both your friends and loved ones is a special day. These are the people who have helped you get to this moment, the supporters who had faith in you along this very hard journey. I want to congratulate you, your parents, your relatives, and your teachers this evening. Today marks 13 years of hard work and determination by all of you to reach this very special moment. I'd like, at this point, for all of our graduates to stand up and show your appreciation to everyone here who has helped you along the way. Thank you. At this point, I'd like to call upon Mr. Pagano to introduce our guest speaker for tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Santamaro. Denzel Minnan was born, raised, and educated in Toronto, living most of his life in Don Valley East, where he and his wife Colleen are now raising their 3 children. After graduating from Osgoode Hall Law School, he practiced law for 8 years. A career in public service was inevitable. His father was a teacher and school principal, and his mother trained as a nurse. Both were active progressive conservatives in the Bill Davis Big Tent mold. Both gave generously of their time to their community and exemplified to Denzel and his sisters how one could have strong principles and be truly compassionate. Locally, Denzel has worked as a volunteer for North York General Hospital Foundation and the Toronto Police 33 Division Community Liaison Committee. He sponsors annual community cleanups, annual skating parties, and created Community Spirit Awards. Denzel recently lost a close provincial election. While he continues to serve his community and Toronto at large at City Hall, I personally hope that he continues to look for more meaningful ways to serve and wish him all the best. I spoke to him about it. I think we can see him running at the provincial level again. Denzel is not here because of his political background and acumen. Since the school began 18 years ago, he has been a friend and an advocate for the school. Denzel and his staff have always been ready and available to give good advice and assistance. So, ladies and gentlemen, honored graduates, please welcome a fine man and a good friend, Denzel Minnan.
Well, thank you for that introduction. It doesn't feel like 18 years. And thank you for inviting me here to speak to your graduation. It's a real pleasure to be here as the local councillor and as the deputy mayor. So first, I want to say congratulations. You should be really proud of your achievements. Secondly, congratulations to your families and your parents who have spent the last number of years making sure that you have the tools to succeed in the world. And congratulations to the staff of Crestwood. Your time, your energy and commitment to the future is really commendable. I'm sure that after this ceremony, however, the real celebrations will begin for the students. But before that happens, I'd like to give you a few things to think about. Then it will be time to party. Firstly, I would ask that you reflect on how fortunate you are. You now have a high school education that will give you entry into post-secondary studies, college, and university. In many ways, whether you know it or not, you have been handed the keys to the kingdom. Here are a few statistics. 264 million children do not graduate from high school. Only 58% of children of high school age get to attend secondary school in the world. Many girls, especially in developing countries, can't go to school at all. Only 66% of countries have reached gender parity in access to elementary education. In Canada, only 5.6% of children attend private school. Of those that attend private school, over 90% of students go on to post-secondary education. Private school graduates are also more likely to attend university. So, these statistics show that you are a very privileged group of people. My message to you today is to put the skills and gifts your teachers have given you to good use. Your city, your province, and your country need you to make the most of this gift, this education that you have today. The world is facing many challenges, and it needs smart people like you. Many of you have no idea what you want to do with your lives. Others have, or think they have, mapped out their life course. Some want to be investment bankers, others video game programmers, others lawyers or accountants, and some don't have the foggiest idea. My advice to you today is to think about how you can contribute to solve the problems in the world around you, and there are lots of them. All you have to do is look at the newspaper on any given day. The one interesting thing is that all these problems are becoming greater in number, and they are closer to home. Think about some of the local problems we have and how you can help out. And I'm going to give you 3 examples today. And mostly they're local. Housing. The population of Toronto is expected to increase 35.1% in the next 23 years, from 2.8 million to close to 4 million. In the GTA, the population is expected to rise to close to 10 million people. So, what are we going to do about this? There's no available new land. Young people can't afford to buy a home. Since 2010, the average price of a home has doubled. 42% of young people were considering leaving the city because they can't afford to buy homes. Half of all those people who rent are maxed out and can't even afford to pay their rent. Example number 2. How are we going to deal, and we, because now this is, as you grow older, this is becoming not just our problem, it's becoming your problem. How are we going to deal with an aging population? The statistics show for the first time that those over 85 outnumber those under 15. Seniors are living longer than ever before. There are not enough people to care for seniors, nor need enough homes to put them in. And seniors are the fastest growing users of food banks. Example number 3. Transportation. Toronto has the highest commute times in the country at 34 minutes. There are more cars on the road today than 10 years ago, and our population is rising, and it's going to get even worse. So, not all is lost. And do you know why? Because we have you. Your capacity to think critically and be self-aware and commit to improving our world will make it better. You have that capacity, and we'd like you to use it. In this room, we have future educators, engineers, urban planners, and architects, future nurses and social scientists, and yes, a few aspiring video game programmers. You are going to be the best. You are going to be our best. You are going to be our brightest. And if I can speak for everyone here, we are expecting great things from you in the future. So congratulations and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much for that. Parents, at this time I'd call upon attention to some chairs over here reserved where Mr. Wan is now sitting if he wants to give a wave. Those chairs are reserved for you to come up during the ceremony, take pictures of your loved ones, and then please return back to your seats so that others maybe come up and use them as well. At this time, we're going to call on some faculty members to present some subject achievement awards for academic excellence. And our first set of awards this evening are for the arts. For the arts, we're presenting 3 different awards, one for dramatic arts, one for instrumental music, and one for visual arts. The award is presented individually for the individual with an exemplary body of work and a demonstrated dedication towards excellence in their artistic expression. To present the Dramatic Arts Award, I call upon Ms. Butera. And the winner of this award, Emily Eves. To present the Music Award, I'd like to call upon Mr. Fong. And this year's recipient is Adam Golden. For visual arts, I'd like to call upon Ms. Saka. And this year's recipient, Adelaide Pike. The Business Award will be presented by Ms. Dickinson, and this award is presented to the individual with the highest achievement in 2 of the following: accounting, international business, and business leadership. And the 2017-18 winner, Megan Werger. The English Award will be presented by Mr. Jull, and this award goes to the individual with the highest achievement in 2 of core English, English literature, and writer's craft. The winner this year, Rachel Pape. The Health and Physical Education Award goes to the individual with the highest achievement in either grade 11 or 12 physical and health education and exercise science 12. To present this award, I call upon Ms. Newton. And this year's recipient, Arij Begonio. The Humanities Award goes to the individual with the highest achievement in two of challenge and change, philosophy, politics, economics, and law. To present this award, I call upon Mr. Masters. And the recipient of the award is Ariel Mayer. Madame Doherty will be presenting the Languages Award. This award is presented to the individual with the highest achievement in either Spanish 12 or French 12, and the recipient is Ariel Mayer. To present the Mathematics Award, let's call upon Mrs. Santamaro. This award is presented to the individual with the highest achievement in two of calculus and vectors, data management, and advanced functions. The 2017-18 winner, Grace Yu. To present the Science Award, I call upon Mr. Podlovics. This award is presented to the individual with the highest achievement in two of biology, chemistry, physics, and earth and space science. This year's winner, Elizabeth Keene. To present the Technology Award, Mr. Johnstone. And this goes to the highest achievement in Computer Science 12, and the winner, Elizabeth Keene. And our final Subject Achievement Award is the World Studies Award, to be presented by Mr. Masters. And this award is presented to the individual with the highest achievement in two of classical civilizations, world history, or world issues. The recipient this year, Ariel Mayer. A valedictorian is a graduating student chosen to address his or her peers at graduation. This person should be exemplary in many ways. He or she should be a high achiever, involved in school life, one who gets along well with both staff and fellow students, and is truly representative of his or her peers. Some of the graduates would want to speak for them and to them. Each year, the grade 12 graduate valedictorian is chosen by both the staff and the students through a voting process. And I'm pleased to announce the winner of this year's honor, Spencer Arshinoff.
Oh, this is loud. I'd like to invite every graduate here to look around. No, seriously, look around right now at everyone. Because here's what I believe. There's probably a lot of people here you've never seen before, probably never see them again. There's probably some people here you recognize, but maybe just on a first name basis. But I promise you, there are people here who care about you and who want you to succeed and see the best in you all the time, no matter what, and will do whatever it takes to make sure that you achieve that. Maybe it's a friend, or a family member, or a teacher, or me, but I know that every single one of us has people who care, and that's what's gotten us this far. Yes, obviously things like coffee and Red Bull can help, but all of us who have graduated here have had people working alongside us, helping us to come this way. I can assure you almost everyone has had some sort of moment where we've thought of just giving up and becoming a goat herder or something, but none of us have, because we've all made it, because we keep each other motivated. And that's the greatest thing about us as people and as society, the ability to work together. Obviously, collaboration is important in school, but I don't think that as soon as we get our diplomas, we're on our own for the rest of our lives. People think the most important skill in life is being able to fight for yourself or do everything on your own. This is false. The most important thing is the ability to make sacrifices or to be part of something larger than yourself. Whatever you do in life, whether it's basketball or engineering or art or writing operas, you will have the opportunity to work with other people to reach an even greater point than you could have reached separately, and I would encourage you to take every opportunity. I think a lot of us have this idea in our head of like a lone genius sort of person, like Albert Einstein or Vincent Van Gogh, I don't know. But the kind of person who did everything on their own, but I can assure you, not a single one of those people could have done even 10% of what they did if it weren't for the accomplishments of others. The great physicist Isaac Newton himself, whose work I learned about and then forgot about this year, said that if I have seen further, it is only by standing on the shoulders of giants. In other words, none of the great works he produced could have been even remotely possible if he were not building off the works of others. Every great song or painting or novel or movie or whatever has its influences, its inspirations. Even in our daily life, so much of what we do is only possible thanks to the work of others. Every day at school, we walk across floors that were cleaned by people we've never met and get served lunch by people whose first names we can barely remember. I can almost guarantee nobody here built their own house or their car or the roads they used to get here. We don't plant trees that give us the air we breathe. A group of people come together to accomplish something for the betterment of other people they will never meet, and that's what keeps us going, and I hope that we can keep that going as well. That is why the best thing you learn from school isn't how to analyze a Shakespearean sonnet or how to use the quadratic formula. That's the kind of stuff we're not going to remember in 10 years. No, the stuff that we will remember and the stuff that makes school so important is learning how to work together, whether it be with your teachers or with your partners in a group project or with your classmates to plan a grad prank that's not actually a prank, or with your friends to forge your parents' signature. We've all done that. Hasn't everyone at some point been in a group project with someone who hasn't pulled their weight or stayed on task? See, a lot of people have. If you haven't, it's probably because you're that person. But anyway, working together isn't always easy, and there will be people that you're better off not wasting your time on, but you can't let that discourage you. You just have to learn from it and move on, because that's how you learn to deal with annoying people, and that's how you learn to be a better group member. And that's why we need to stay together and keep in touch and continue supporting one another throughout everything we do. It's so much easier nowadays than ever before to stay in contact with others, so we have no excuse. Even though some of us are going to faraway places like Hong Kong or Turkey or Mississippi, you can still talk to people using this great technology called a cell phone that you're now free to use. Guys, you can use these now. Mr. Pagano has no control over us. And though this is the biggest graduating class in years, I still feel like we were a super close and tight-knit community. I don't think I will ever forget the arts trips or bio trip or Spirit Point or every time I got to share a smile or a laugh or a meme with friends. So I would personally like to thank every single member of my graduating class. All 100 of you have made these past years so much more enjoyable and so much more special. I would also like to thank all the teachers and staff that make this school what it is. It may just be a building, but because of you it feels like a home. And as well, I'd like to thank the admin for everything they've done and all their hard work to make sure that everything at this school runs smoothly, except maybe the toilets. Now, I'd like to end this speech off with 3 pieces of advice for the graduating class. These might sound really generic, but I'd encourage all of you to take these to heart. First off, check in on people, please. It isn't always obvious what everyone's going through, and sometimes people who seem totally fine can be depressed or anxious or going through a really tough time. Now, you can't fix every problem in your friends' lives, but you can certainly be there for them if they need support or encouragement. So check in on people every once in a while. Secondly, be appreciative of people. There are a lot of people I'm sure you'd like to thank for helping you get here, and I'm sure there's people who would want to thank you. Just remember how important it can be to thank someone for something, and how much of an impact it can make in their day, even if it's something small. And if someone makes a mistake, don't be too hard on them. Nobody is perfect, and mistakes will happen. All it means is that you were trying and that you will try again, and that includes yourself if you make a mistake. There's no point beating yourself up if you get a bad mark or lose something or play a wrong note in band class. Instead, you just need to acknowledge what went wrong, that it's a part of life, and then move on and try again. Now, as a tribute to Mr. Pods, for number 3, I'd like to talk about biology. Yes, I know, don't worry, it will be over quick. So, there's an organism called, I don't know, I'm not going to pronounce this. Most people just call it the slime mold. And it's this yellow, gooey blob, disgusting. It grows on dead trees. But here's the thing about it. Although it may look like a giant ball of slime, it's actually made of tiny little single-celled organisms. Each cell is a separate living thing. And yet these things, they work together to solve mazes. They do this by traveling through every possible path and then figuring out which one is the shortest. Then they use chemicals to give this to every other part of the mold so they can take that shortest path too. And it may not seem like much, but they can do this instantly, and they don't even have brains, guys. Most of us do. So, for this last piece of advice, we need to follow the example of the slime mold because life isn't going to get easier. Sure, there's, some things that we may never have to deal with again at this school, but we're going to have to start dealing with our own problems, like finding a career or getting a home or deciding whether or not this is the year you finally pay your taxes. And of course, there's, global problems our society is facing too. We got climate change, discrimination, and the constant threat of nuclear war and whether or not our society is at the brink of a total collapse at any minute. But our lives aren't going to get easier anytime soon, but we can make them easier. We just have to follow the example of the slime and stick together. Thank you.
Thank you, Spencer. I'm not sure we could expect anything other than that from you today. I'd like to call upon Mr. Vigano, Headmaster of Crestwood, to hand out the graduation certificates, and to Ms. Hahn and Mr. Mitz to read the names of our graduates and tell you about their plans and where they're off to after Crestwood.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jeff Mitz. I'm one of the guidance counselors here, and it is my great privilege to introduce to you the first half of our wonderful 2018 graduating class. And I'd like to begin with Jad Aboud. Jad is an Ontario scholar and he will be attending Ryerson University to study hospitality and tourism management, where he has also been the recipient of an entrance scholarship. Jad Abood. Samachi Agbapu. Samachi. Samachi is an Ontario scholar, and next year he will be at the University of Waterloo, where he will study kinesiology. Samachi Agbapu. Connor Aitken. Next year, Connor will be studying business administration and management at Seneca College. Connor Aitken. Spencer Arshinoff. Spencer is an Ontario scholar. Next year, he will go to McMaster University to study integrated sciences, where he's also received an entrance scholarship. Spencer Arshinoff. Chelsea Bejnov. Chelsea is an Ontario scholar, and next year Chelsea will be going to McGill University to study arts. Chelsea Bejnov. Mohammed Basha. Mohammed is an Ontario scholar, and he will be at the University of Toronto next year studying commerce. Mohammed Basha. Derek Becker. Derek is an Ontario scholar, and he will be studying sports management at Brock University next year. Derek Becker. Janae Brown. Janae is an Ontario scholar, and she will be studying at Trent University, where she's received an entrance scholarship, and she will study arts. Janae Brown. Arish Bergornio. Arish is an Ontario scholar, and next year she will be attending Concordia University. And Arish is attending on Concordia on a full athletic scholarship to study exercise science. Yu Cho. Hugh is an Ontario scholar, and next year he will be at the Kelly School of Business at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. Hugh Cho. Kelly Chu. Kelly is an Ontario scholar. She will be at the University of Waterloo next year studying computer science, where she's also earned an entrance scholarship. Kelly Chu. Laura Chu. Laura is an Ontario scholar. She will also be at the University of Waterloo next year, where she'll study accounting and financial management. And she's also earned an entrance scholarship at the University of Waterloo. Laura Chu. Norris Chung. Norris is an Ontario scholar. He will be at the University of Toronto next year, where he will study social sciences and humanities. Norris Chung. Augusta Cooper. Augusta is an Ontario scholar, and she will be at McMaster University next year studying social sciences. Augusta Cooper. Gabby Krataru. Gabby will be at Mohawk College next year, where he will study health, wellness, and fitness. Gabby Krataru. Emery Demersu. Emery will be taking next year as a gap year, where he will be attending a prep school in New York to hone his basketball skills. Emery Demersu. Donna Dong. Donna is an Ontario scholar, and she will be at McGill University next year, where she will study life sciences, biomedical, and biological sciences. Donna Dong. Dana Dubowski. Dana is an Ontario scholar, and next year she will be far away at the University of British Columbia at Okanagan campus, where she will study business management. Dana Dubowski. Sam Durkin. Sam will be taking a gap year next year to pursue further studies. Sam Durkin. Emily Eves. Emily is an Ontario scholar, and she will be at Huron College at Western University next year, studying social sciences, where she has also earned an entrance scholarship. Emily Eves. Joseph Eisentraut. Joseph is an Ontario scholar. He will be studying kinesiology and health sciences at York University next year, where he's also received an entrance scholarship. Joseph Eisentraut. Hartley Galcock. Hartley is an Ontario scholar. He will be at McMaster University next year studying life sciences, where he has also earned an entrance scholarship. Hartley Galcock. Lex Gang. Next year, Lex will be attending York University to study studio art. Lex Gang. Adam Golden. Adam is an Ontario scholar. He will be at McMaster University to study business next year. Adam Golden. Aaron Greenspan. Aaron is an Ontario scholar. He'll be studying management next year at Dalhousie University, where he has also earned an entrance scholarship. Aaron Greenspan. Carol Gu. Carol is an Ontario scholar, and she will be at the University of Toronto next year studying arts and sciences. Carol Gu. Kevin Guo. Kevin will be attending the University of Toronto next year, where he will study management. Kevin Guo. Sarah Habib. Sarah is an Ontario scholar. She will be at McMaster University next year to study business, where she has also earned an entrance scholarship. Sarah Habib. Andrew Haynes. Andrew is an Ontario scholar, and next year he'll be taking a gap year to be at a baseball academy honing his baseball skills in Vaughan, Ontario. Andrew Hayes. Damon Hanera. Next year, Damon will be at Ryerson University to study international economics and finance. Damon Hanera. Mehmet Hokaoglu. Next year, Mehmet will be at Ryerson University to study hospitality and tourism management. Mehmet Hokaoglu. David Wang. David is an Ontario scholar. He will be at McMaster University next year studying math, financial analysis, and risk management, where he's also earned an entrance scholarship. David Wang. Aaron Karshafian. Next year, Aaron will be at George Brown College, where he will study business administration. Aaron Karshafian. Elizabeth Keene. Elizabeth is an Ontario scholar. She'll be attending McMaster University next year, where she will study integrated biomedical engineering and health sciences, where she's also earned an entrance scholarship. Elizabeth Keene. Arden Kell. Arden is an Ontario scholar, and she too will be at McMaster University studying life sciences, where she has also earned an entrance scholarship. Arden Kell. Malcolm Least. Malcolm is an Ontario scholar, and next year Malcolm will be at Durham College, where he will study game art. Malcolm Least. Julia Lee. Julia is an Ontario scholar, and she will be at Brock University next year, where she will study recreation and leisure studies. Julia Lee. Candy Lee. Candy is an Ontario scholar, and she will be at the University of Toronto next year studying commerce. Candy Lee. Jay Lee. Jay is an Ontario scholar, and he will be at the University of Toronto studying management next year, where he has also earned an entrance scholarship. Jay Lee. Paul Lee. Paul will be at Ryerson University next year studying hospitality and tourism management. Paul Lee. Peter Lee. Peter is an Ontario scholar. He will be at Queen's University next year studying arts. Peter Lee. Sarah Lee. Sarah will also be at Queen's University next year studying arts. Sarah Lee. Logan Lim. Logan is an Ontario scholar. He will be at Queen's University next year, where he will study electrical and computer engineering in the innovation stream. Logan Lim. Sunny Liu. Sunny will be at George Brown College next year, studying culinary management. Sunny Liu. Carl Liu. Carl is an Ontario scholar. He will be at the University of Toronto next year, where he will study physical and mathematical sciences. Carl Liu. Now Ms. Han will take over for the next flight. Thank you so much.
Okay, David McCall. David is an Ontario scholar, and next year he will be attending Western University's Huron University College for Management and Organizational Studies. David is also receiving an entrance scholarship. Robert McHale. Robert is an Ontario scholar, and next year he'll be attending Queen's University for Arts. Robert McHale. Ariel Mayer. Ariel is an Ontario scholar. She will be attending the University of Toronto for Humanities, and she is also the recipient of the University of Toronto Scholar Award. Ariel Mayer. Franco Miller. Next year, Franco will be playing NCAA Division I basketball at the University of Mississippi for the Ole Miss Rebels, where he will be studying kinesiology on a full-ride athletic scholarship. Franco Miller. Samantha Mintz. Samantha is an Ontario scholar, and next year she will be studying at the University of Prince Edward Island, where she'll be taking life sciences. Samantha is also going to be playing for the women's varsity hockey team, where she is receiving an athletic scholarship as well as an academic scholarship. Samantha Mintz. Manami Morris. Manami is an Ontario scholar, and next year she'll be attending Ryerson University, where she'll be studying English. Manami is also the recipient of an entrance scholarship. Manami Morris. Cole Morrison. Cole will be attending Ryerson University, where he'll be studying history. Cole Morrison. Joshua Motionberg. Josh is an Ontario scholar. He will be attending Ryerson University for Image Arts Photography next year, where he is also the recipient of a Ryerson entrance scholarship. Josh Motionberg. Nanako Nakayama. Nanako will be attending Carleton University, where she'll be studying Global and International Studies. Nanako Nakayama. Min Nguyen. Min is an Ontario scholar, and next year he'll be attending the University of Toronto for Physical and Mathematical Sciences. Min Nguyen. Rachel Pape. Rachel is an Ontario Scholar, and next year she'll be attending McGill University for Arts. Rachel Pape. Rory Peckham. Rory is an Ontario Scholar, and next year he'll be attending Carleton University for Architectural Design, where he is also receiving an entrance scholarship. Rory Peckham. Adelaide Pike. Adelaide is an Ontario Scholar, and next year she'll be attending Queen's University, where she'll be taking Fine Arts. Adelaide Pike. Amanda Pomerantz. Amanda is an Ontario Scholar, and next year will be studying at McMaster University for Social Sciences. Amanda Pomerantz. Jacob Renish. Jacob is an Ontario Scholar and will be attending McMaster University, where he'll be taking Mathematical and Statistical Analysis. He is also the recipient of the McMaster Honor Award. Jacob Renish. Harlan Rich. Harlan is an Ontario Scholar and will be studying at Wilfrid Laurier University, where he'll be taking Data Science. Harlan Rich. Alexandra Sanders. Alex is an Ontario Scholar and will be attending Queen's University for Arts. Alex Sanders. Jerry Shen. Jerry will be attending the University of Toronto, Mississauga, where he'll be studying commerce. Jerry Shen. Sasha Snyder. Sasha is an Ontario Scholar and will be attending Western University for Media, Info, and Technoculture. Sasha Snyder. Max Sun. Max is attending McMaster University, where he'll be taking Mathematical and Statistical Analysis. He is also an Ontario Scholar. Richard Sun. Richard will be attending York University for Economics. Richard Sun. Tomer Tarsky. Tomer will be attending Wilfrid Laurier University for Communication Studies. Tomer Tarsky. Graham Treffry. Graham is an Ontario Scholar and will be attending McMaster University to study kinesiology. He will also be playing for the men's basketball team and is the recipient of an entrance scholarship. Graham Treffry. Eric Usher. Eric is an Ontario Scholar and next year will be traveling to Nova Scotia to St. Francis Xavier University, where he'll be studying business and is the recipient of an entrance scholarship. Eric Usher. Eric Valage. Eric will be attending Ryerson University for business management. Eric Valage. Alexander von Wersebi. Alexander will be attending Western University Huron University College for Management and Organizational Studies. Alexander von Borsevi. Wynette Walters. Wynette is an Ontario scholar. She'll be attending Carleton University for arts, and she's also the recipient of an entrance scholarship. Frank Wang. Frank is an Ontario scholar and will be attending University of Toronto Scarborough for social sciences and humanities. Frank Wang. Gavin Way. Gavin is an Ontario scholar and next year will be attending Boston University, where he'll be taking arts and playing for the badminton team. Gavin Way. Megan Werger. Meg is an Ontario scholar and next year will be attending McMaster University for life sciences. She is also the recipient of the McMaster President's Award. Megan Werger. Charles West. Charlie will be taking a gap year to further continue his studies. Charlie West. Jacob Wilkinson. Jacob is an Ontario scholar and will be attending the University of Ontario Institute of Technology for game development and entrepreneurship. Jacob Wilkinson. Matthew Wilson. Matthew will be taking a gap year to continue his studies. Matthew Wilson. Karina Wu. Karina is an Ontario scholar and will be attending the University of Toronto Scarborough for social sciences and humanities. Karina Wu. Daisy Wu. Daisy is an Ontario scholar and will be attending the University of Toronto Rotman Commerce. Daisy Wu. Silva Shu. Silva is an Ontario scholar and will be attending the University of Toronto Rotman Commerce. Silva Shu. Mandy Yang. Mandy is an Ontario scholar and will be attending the University of Toronto at Rotman Commerce. Mandy Yang. Tina Yang. Tina is an Ontario scholar and will be attending Brock University for accounting. Tina Yang. Grace Yu. Grace is an Ontario scholar. She'll be attending McGill University for chemical engineering and is also the recipient of a McGill Entrance Scholarship. Grace Yu. Celine Zhang. Celine is an Ontario scholar. She'll be attending the University of Waterloo for mathematics. She's also the recipient of the University of Waterloo President's Scholarship. Roger Zhang. Roger is an Ontario scholar. He'll be attending the University of Toronto Scarborough for co-op computer science, mathematics, and statistics. Roger Zhang. Vicky Zhang. Vicky is an Ontario Scholar and will be attending Queen's University for Arts. Vicky Zhang. And Joseph Zuckerman. Joseph is an Ontario Scholar and will be attending Wilfrid Laurier University for the LLB BA Political Science program. He is also the recipient of an entrance scholarship.
Ladies and gentlemen, our graduating class of 2018. At this time, we're going to be presenting some special awards. To present our first award, I'd like to call upon Mr. Begano. This award is the Olivia Wise Hear Me Roar Award and is voted upon the students and is presented to the individual who leads with love and inspiration. Two characters of the late Olivia Wise, who lost her battle with brain cancer in 2013. Before passing, Olivia fought this terrible condition with a smile on her face, great optimism, and continued as a student here in grade 10 and 11 at Crestwood. This year's recipient, Ariel Meyer. Our next award is the University of Toronto National Book Award and will be presented by Mr. Mitz. This award is presented to the individual in recognition by the University of Toronto and in the school for their exceptional abilities, both personal and academic. And this year's winner, Ariel Meyer. The Lieutenant Governor's Community Volunteer Award goes to the individual for exemplary community contribution or outstanding achievement through volunteer activities. To present the award will be Ms. Han and this year's recipient, Laura Chu. Our next award is the Colin Hood Office of Sport Award, will be presented by Ms. Newton. This award is presented by the Ontario Federation of School Athletic Associations to a graduating grade 12 male and female whose academic achievements are above average, who participated on a minimum of 3 different sports and 6 different teams during their high school career, and are leaders in the area of athletics both in the school and in their community. This year's recipients, Samantha Mintz and David McCall. Our next award is the Bob Thomas Award and will be presented by Mr. Begano. The faculty presents this award to a graduating grade 12 student who daily demonstrates the traits of honesty, integrity, kindness, consideration, and dedication, as well as a sense of community involvement in the school. These qualities were evident in the late Bob Thomas, a former faculty member at Crestwood. This year's recipient, Jadabood. The Crestwood Spirit Award is chosen by the graduating class and presented annually to the grade 12 student who embodies the spirit of a Crestwood student. To present this award, I call upon Ms. Newton and this year's recipient, Laura Chu. The Crestwood Preparatory College Honor Award goes to the individual with the highest overall academic achievement in their grade 12 year. And to present this award, I call upon Mr. Heacock and the recipient this year, Elizabeth Keene. Now I'm going to have Elizabeth stay up here for a second. Our next award is the Governor General's Academic Medal. This award goes to a graduating student whose combined average in all of their grade 11 and 12 courses is the highest in the school. This year, our winner was Elizabeth Keene with an average above 97%. We'll now call upon some staff members to present the Academic Achievement Award. This award is given to those students who have earned honor roll status all 8 terms from grade 9 to 12 while at Crestwood Preparatory College. To present our first set of awards, we'll call upon Mr. DeFranco. And our first recipient, Jad Aboud. Spencer Arshinoff. Janae Brown. Hugh Cho. Kelly Chu. Laura Chu. Augusta Cooper. Call upon Dr. Karish to present the next set of awards. Donna Dong. Emily Eves. Joseph Eisentrout. Adam Golden. Sarah Habib. Elizabeth Keene. Call upon Ms. Postma for our next set of recipients. Arden Kell. Julia Lee. Logan Lim. Rory Peckham. Adelaide Pike. Jacob Rainish. Ask Ms. Young to present the next set of awards. Sasha Schneider. Eric Usher. Gavin Way. Karina Wu. Celine Zhang. And Joseph Zuckerman. Our final set of awards is new to Crestwood, was introduced in 2016. It's the Crestwood Preparatory College Diploma and recognizes individuals who have gone well above the expectations of them from the Ontario curriculum. These students are well-rounded both at school and in their community. To earn this diploma, students must complete additional community service hours each year at school, earn credits in a variety of disciplines beyond the required courses, participate in at least one co-curricular activity each year, and finally earn the Duke of Edinburgh Award at some point during their high school career. To present these diplomas, I'd like to call upon Mr. Pagano. And our first recipient is Spencer Arshinoff. Janae Brown. Joseph Eisentrout. Aaron Greenspan. Elizabeth Keene. And Joseph Zuckerman. At this point, I call upon Mr. Pagano for a few words of wisdom.
I surely hope so. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and honored graduates. I believe I have started all my graduation closing remarks in the last few years by announcing the number of graduations that this represents for me. I have had the honor to attend, at this point, both as teacher and as administrator, 43. While that makes some people wonder what's delaying the inevitable, it is still fun. I really do enjoy coming to work most days, and this is a very special night for me. I must confess that although each one is special, they all tend to blend into one another. Perhaps that's the way it should be. This has been an excellent group. You have proven your talents and marked your prospects individually and collectively. There have been thousands of individual success stories we all work towards, and we hope you have been recognized for yours or most of yours. And yet the real measure of your worth, the real measure of your future and our future, as Mr. Denzelman and Wong mentioned earlier, has nothing to do with any course or program or trophy or individual result you have been part of this year, or for that matter, any year. The main reason these 43 graduations become a pleasant blur is that we always seem to recognize and applaud the same universal qualities every single year. What I wanted in and for my students in 1974 compared to what I want to see in you today has not changed an iota. Outstanding young men and women in 1974 were asked to exercise the same attributes that marks the outstanding young men and women gathered here tonight. Respect for the good people around you, especially your family, the knowledge that information without wisdom is useless, that a good heart often trumps one's intellect. What is that word doing in there? And that there is no substitute for hard work. You are going on to bigger and perhaps better things. Either way, the people and experiences you will encounter as you move forward will not be looking for your individual abilities as much as your ability and willingness to contribute to the whole and exercise the same attributes in the end that make you a small part of a very large and God knows complicated composite. That doesn't mean you become less unique or that you get lost in the crowd. Look at the endless lists of what newspapers and magazines call the most powerful 100 or 200 or 500 people in the continent, in the country, or the world. They all have one thing in common. They use their individual gifts and abilities to address global issues. I understand that making the world a better place is such a cliche these days, but where would we be if I didn't say anything else to you today? I want to thank Denzel for his fine address today. Thank you very much, Denzel. We ask him to continue his support for this fine institution and to put all those parking complaints he hears into proper perspective. Spence, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for your great valedictory speech. Spence, we give, for those of you that don't know, students get the responsibility to come in every morning and read the PA announcement. Every morning. Spence showed up to read the PA announcements on time and did a wonderful job for 180 days every single morning. Thanks to the PA for all their help during the year and for once again making the world, and there it is again, folks, a more beautiful place by the gifts that they give the graduates today. Thanks to all the parents and grandparents and family and friends for their goodwill and support, and for guiding these leaders of tomorrow in the ways of good men and women. Thanks to the staff for all their fine work. Finally, a big thank you to everyone who had anything to do with this wonderful and very hopeful evening celebration, and a special thanks to Mr. Phil Santamero, especially for calling these words of wisdom, so I thank you. To the grads, take care of yourselves, keep in touch, thank your teachers, your family, and your friends for their support, and wherever you go, whatever you do, be good. Thank you all.
We're not quite finished yet. At this point, the staff on stage wanted to take a step down here so they can see the video screen behind us here. And while they're doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about what's happening here. We've got a short video that was created by Janae Brown in our graduating class, recognizing our graduates and their accomplishments and the fantastic qualities that they have as a group. And we'd love to show it to you at this point, once the staff is down and we're ready to go.
He's an average kid that no one understands. Mom and Dad and Vicky always giving him commands.
I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way, I found a way. Like a brand new pair of jeans. I'm taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets and cabs. I feel like anything can happen in life, and you take me right back from we were kids. Never thought I'd feel like this.
Do you remember your first day of grade 9 at Crestwood?
Not really, because I've been here for a really long time, but I remember my first day of grade 9 was kind of scary because it's still high school, you know, you're going from middle school to high school, but I was just nervous and I was hoping that more people would come because it was very small, and they did, but I was excited to meet new friends.
You know what? I've been here for so long, I don't think I remember my first day of grade 9. I mean, I came here in grade 7, and it was a good time because everyone was welcoming, and you know, you instantly just met people and everyone was new, so.
What are you going to miss most about Crestwood / high school?
Crestwood's a pretty close and tight community, and you kind of know everybody, and I think I'm going to miss that.
Favorite memory?
Prom. Spirit Week is always a really fun week here at Crestwood.
Told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name and a star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I've become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that blast first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and our futon. We just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love.
How are your feet feeling? They're feeling great? Just a little painful, right? Yeah, a little. Just a little bit.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while I'm missing out on now. We've come so far. I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars. I've been around. I felt some pain, I seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would've told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Thank you, Jen. Old school? Maybe broken. Thank you, Mr. Wan. As we come to a close to the graduation ceremony, I want to draw attention to all the plants here surrounding the stage. Probably wondering what they're there for and the meaning of those. Each one of them has the name of a graduate on it. Graduates, you're to take those home today because what they symbolize is what we've really tried to instill with you. We try to put in some roots and some foundation for you before you go on into the world. So we ask you to take these plants home, plant them, and watch them grow, just as we've watched you grow over the past 6 years in some cases. A couple of reminders for our grads before you go. One, please remember to return your gown at the end of the ceremony. You can come back and get some pictures taken, but those rolled up pieces of paper really are just rolled up pieces of paper, and you need to get the real thing afterwards. Secondly, Ms. Newton here wanted to remind me that the grad sweatshirts, those of you who got those, to get them at the gym office afterwards. They'll be there for you as well. Thanks very much for everyone for this wonderful celebration today. Congratulations to our graduates, and best of luck going forward. And following the recessional, please join us for refreshments afterwards. Thank you.